Hello, I'm Crispy, and I completely forgot about the intro thingy that I made and used in my first devlog. I forgot to put it in the second one. Uh, Maybe I will remember this time. Things have been slightly busier lately, and that has slowed down my ability to make videos. It hasn't. Well, it has slowed down my ability to make progress, but not by that much. So I have been, I guess the best way to put it is procrastinating on doing things like adding more areas. Instead, I have been adding a game feel, and I have also been not adding optimization. Not for lack of trying, but I feel like I am still figuring out how to do that. Let's just get right into it. Why not? So, here we are. It is very laggy right now, and I'm not really sure why. I'm hoping it's just because OBS is open, because it wasn't like that before. Okay, so first, there's actually a lot of things that you're probably noticing, but the first thing off the bat, Akko is blue. Don't worry about that. She's just cold. This is me testing out a status ailment system, which will hopefully be able to be on the player and enemies. So to show off what I'm doing so far, if it would load. Uh, so right here, I've been toying with the idea of doing it through arrays or structures somehow. If I can just like add a new variable with a new string or whatever. Where did I put this? Yeah, here. The problem with that is that it's not quite doing what I want it to. I'm not sure if what I'm trying to do is even possible, is the thing. Uh, but what I could obviously just have like several Boolean variables for like every single possible status. Uh, I mean, I'm not sure how many statuses there will be. Uh, I if so, I'm not sure what is more optimal for the sake of performance. If having like a bunch of Boolean variables in there is not going to be a problem, then I may as well go for that because that sounds a lot easier. Uh, but like I don't know, maybe somebody who knows this better uh, will know how to do what I'm trying to do and do it okay. Next up, once it shows up, this text box is full of numbers. Those numbers are stats. I've also made progress in leveling up in stats and stat leveling. So, as you can see, it's the numbers, some of them have gone up. I wasn't paying enough attention to know which ones, but I know that that used to be a 50. And for the record, that is using the half, uh, the half of being cold. So that would typically be 100 or 101, I guess. Oh, also, wand swinging. That red is a hitbox. Actually, wait. Well, you know what? I may as well show off the thing that's not intended. right now, it only is doing that, but right there, that 5, also I added damage numbers. There's a lot of game field stuff I have been doing, as you can see. As you can see, the spell did 4 damage, but hitting it with the wand did 5. So they do have, like, it does deal damage. I'm not sure why it's not dealing damage until after I have clicked on a spell. I mean, there's worse glitches to have. I can't imagine that you will not have a spell equipped very much in the game. Actually, I'm not sure why that one seemed to do more damage there. Hang on, sir. Yeah, why did that do more damage? It don't matter, I guess. I mean, it's probably just... Well, let's try it out with some other spells. As soon as we can get there. You're not all that bothered by the wand either. There might be some things not working quite as intended here. Okay, the game is lagging in a way that it's like seeing ghost inputs. So, man, there's so much here that I've like lost track of what I have changed. I mean, I think I went over everything. I don't quite remember where everything is. This is my big, stupid pile of level up growths. Right now, if you're looking at it, you might recognize that this is kind of like a Fire Emblem type system with growth rates out of 100 that should hopefully be being re-rolled every time so that it's not just generating a random number once and then going through it with that same number. I'm not... This is a very early stage of things, but I do like the way Fire Emblem does its level ups. I'm not sure if that is a popular opinion, but I kind of like the chance for a character to get like a weird build that was not necessarily fully intentional. In actuality, the odds of that happening are like crazy low, but still, it is neat. I like the it. Yeah, here is where I have put this frozen thingy. That's the code that made her cold. It's okay. I messed around with the wand swinging a lot and couldn't get it working. And like, I experimented with using tween behavior. Didn't work. So I'm just using. I mean, maybe if I can't be. I shouldn't be theory crafting on camera. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. Spells, wand, and spell using, actually calling upon stats for help with their damage. Come to think of it, what is the... Maybe I change... Oh. What am I doing? Well, this is, This is the spell holders calling upon stats of the player and potentially upgrades to the spells also. That's a thing that I have planned to do. The wand swing isn't supposed to be doing any more damage depending on the spell you have equipped. It's supposed to be based like entirely on the wand. But if it is, without me knowing, that would explain why it's doing nothing if you don't have a spell equipped. It probably is either canceling the function like a multiplier by 0 or something. Oh, there's another thing that I forgot to show off. Hang on. I'll get to that in a second. I'm looking. I am searching and looking. Basic enemies, it's probably in here. Yeah, this is another big pile of code that, like, I don't know if this is optimal at all. It might be incredibly stupid. Hopefully I don't have to add any new elements in the future, but this is so far how I'm handling elemental damage. Why do I have it down here that the hitbox is having a damage variable that is set to be equal to the wand's damage variable, but then up here it's not calling that. Oh, but do I want to go back and change all of this? Actually, did I never finish? I never finished this. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go back and look at those again anyway. Hopefully there is a better way to handle all of this. For the record, what this is trying to do is read a variable from the thing that the enemy is colliding with, which would either be the wand or a spell, and then depending on what element variable of that is, read a different thing with a different multiplier. Okay. So, one more thing that I have not mentioned yet is... Oh, it's kind of hard to see because we're not zoomed in. I removed the player from this scene, but so you can see how there's my cursor, and then there's like a slightly more accurate cursor, and then there's a slightly less accurate cursor. That least accurate cursor, when you move your cursor near an enemy, it locks on. That is a bit of help for it hopefully will make things more accessible, and I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned that I'm using a laptop mousepad, which maybe is not ideal for playing twin stick shooters or mouse and keyboard shooters, whatever. But it locks on here, and it locks onto this. It doesn't lock onto the snakes though, because they're not real enemies. They're not gonna be used, and they're not in the proper. They don't have the proper like tags or whatever. Uh, the the real curious thing about that is that it's too laggy for me to show off right now. I don't know why it is so laggy. It is not like this normally. But curious thing is that it's actually fully functional in this scene. I just don't know why it's not visually showing up. Speaking of not sure why it's not about what things visually showing up are, I don't know why it is letting me scroll into the void. I might have to hopefully that'll fix itself just by closing GDevelop and reopening it. Oof. So, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that are good and working, I think. So yeah, that's how I've been procrastinating from trying to make new areas. Frankly, I'm probably going to have to remake this area too, just because I I have no idea why that aim assist cursor is not visually showing up, nor do I know why your mouse cursor, if you why the mouse cursor is not having priority, like showing up over this menu thing to the right side, despite the fact that I swear it should be in the top of the Z order. Uh, these might be problems that I just have to solve by trying to replicate this. I keep forgetting about that thing. That thing being the void. Strange things have happened, but it's okay. You know what might actually be the cause of that lag? It might have something to do with, like, not just that I have Streamlabs open, but also because it it's getting warm. My my computer fans are not that great, and we're in the middle of a heat wave in the hottest summer on record until the next summer. That's how it be. Other than that, how do I say this? I guess I'll just say I had a dream recently about the most rad freaking video game ever. Although to be fair, the concepts were things that I have fantasized about before in a video game, like not in a dream, but like seeing it in a dream, playing it in a dream. That was kind of invigorating, I think. Uh, so I have vaguely started looking at like templates in Unity for me to jump into that with, like, just to make things easier. I haven't actually like bought any of them yet or started any of them because I am still slightly wary about Unity after you know what. I am kind of like half eyeing Unreal, but I don't know if that's quite what I should go after, especially since I have been learning Unity. So I haven't actually talked about what that dream I had was. Uh, think like if Sonic Frontiers had the giant Titan boss fights as like a actual presence in the overworld instead of a thing that you eventually find. Like they might be kind of always at least having a chance to mess with you, and you are like gradually being able to deal damage to it. That is the rad thing. Also, I was playing a Shadow the Hedgehog. That does make it a little bit more rad. Okay, I think that's everything for now. Uh, I, uh, bye.